Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Thursday, January 12th. It is 12:35 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. Once again, welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. Some good news today. Mars retrograde has gone direct, Mars retrograde went direct today, or will go direct today soon. And that's kind of cool. If you felt a certain heaviness the last few weeks, maybe that's part of it. Mercury is still retrograde until the 18th. If you know astrology, these are all a big deal. Okay. So anyway, expect some volatility in the market and the world today as Mars does turn direct. So enough existential stuff. I don't want to lose everybody. This might work. It might not. You might hear this, or you might just see the innovation. BTC.com. Radiant Creators Project. All right, so here we go. Let me present here. Let's get things started. So here we are. BitcoinDailyView.com. Always got more for you there. This has been an exciting day. I mean, I really do like seeing some good stuff happen. This is some good stuff. Now, if you were hardcore shorting, probably was not a good thing. But if you're a hardcore shorting, you need to be less of a pessimist, okay? So anyway, FinViz, checking that out. Today, in general, the indexes have been up. I think the market is still open. Yep. So the market's kind of cranked down up 0.7, NASDAQ 0.57, S&P 500 up 0.46. I wouldn't surprise me if they had a slight, turn down right before the market closes. That tends to be what happens, but I think we may very well close in the green today. Looking at the S&P 500, as we always do, in general, green. The huge sector that's winning today is the energy sector. Everyone else is just doing moderately okay. A loser day for Tesla, Amazon slightly up. Google and Apple just Google in negative slightly, well, a micro percent. Apple slightly in the positive. Microsoft in the positive. Interesting day. ABBV, whoever they are, healthcare, ABBV Incorporated down 2.73%. Energy all up, looking beautiful. So in general, the S&P 500 just kind of holding on to being green, but the energy sector is kind of pulling that sucker and making it happen. Now the tech stocks are dumping too hardcore, not having like a 10% or 5% down a Tesla day. Globalists are giving them a break, so it's a good day. Now, checking out Bitcoin trading volume, 15.5 billion today. That's insane. That's incredible trading volume. So that's nice to see. Last 24 hours have been epic. As a matter of fact, the volume change last 24 hours is up 282%. That's wild. Looking at the trades today, of course, massive volume rolling in, seeing $1 million, $2 million sells, $1 million, $2 million buys. It's really, really wonderful. That's huge volume. Definitely had this volume spike earlier, a couple hours ago, and I actually saw a $2 million short get liquidated. Maybe I'll see it here. Lots of shorts get liquidated. Seeing more shorts liquidated today than longs, that's for sure. Yeah, right here. $2 million short liquidated. That would suck. I can't even imagine like that. Did they even care? I mean, is it big money? Is it big enough money? That sucks, Anyway, but if you had that like 10x or 100x, leverage going, boom, you'd be happy. So anyway, looking at the big exchanges today, all the big exchanges up, some up 100%, some up 50, some up over 200%. All the big exchanges. In fact, I think every single of the top 60 exchanges are all in the green today. Binance up 134%. I like seeing that. Derivatives on Binance where the big money is 64 billion. Now this is a huge deal. Okay, we haven't been above 20 or 30 billion. Only except for the last couple of days, we got above 20 billion, but we've been like hard to get above 3 or 5. I mean, we've really had crappy derivative volume on Binance. I watch Binance for this measurement because Binance, they're the big dogs. They have the big volume. So, longs with shorts with leverage, basically derivatives, boom, up 133% last 24 hours at 64 billion. So dig this. On a good day when the market's really happening, when you're in kind of a bullish market or at least a neutral market, 50 billion would be a good day. 60 billion, a great day. 70 billion, extraordinary. 64 billion from not even like 10 billion in derivatives volume. So anyway, guys, that's wonderful. That's insane. The market literally has, in the last like 24 hours, It's changed. Now is where you get to see what people are made of. People who are pessimistic will just say, it's got to go to 3K first. It's got to go. It's got to go. Then there's people who are like, dude, good things happen. I do have a belief that you create your worldview. So if, you think Bitcoin's going to have to go, dump, whatever, needs to go to 3K, 10, whatever, if nothing good can happen, do a little bit of a life review and like what else is working for you in life? Probably nothing. So cheer up. Anyway, good things can happen. We have to remind ourselves sometimes that good things can happen. All right. If I was teaching a class, I'd say everybody now with me, good things can happen, longs versus shorts for Bitcoin on Binance, 45% long, 54% shorts. Definitely a short bias starting on Bitcoin for Bitcoin on Binance, and that makes sense. Okay, we'll look at the chart in a second. For Ethereum, 42% long, 57% short. So short bias, Bitcoin and Ethereum on Binance. Looking at Bitcoin right now, coming in at 18,856. Did you think you would see that yesterday? Maybe, Anyway, I won't go into all the alts. I mean, because in general, like Aptos doing very well, APT looking great. I think ApeCoin was doing great. Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic now was not doing too great. Flow, whatever that is doing great. I mean, a lot of the top 100 alts are just doing great. So everybody's pumping. Bitcoin's pumping. I hope you're in something and you made money, or you are on the sidelines waiting for the good retraces to come and then get in, or whether you're at the top waiting to short. I hope you're in the game, it's important, get in the game. Sometimes it can be hard. Sometimes we can forget that good things happen. Green markets happen, and, green markets matter. They do, seriously. So good things happen. Sometimes on days like this, and like yesterday also, you can kind of forget. You can get so used to being negative and so used to being bearish that you get pissed off when something good happens. Once again, life review. So with that said, Bitcoin versus USDT, 15-minute chart. I'm doing a fib here from when it started to kind of pump back on a Wednesday, the 11th, around 8:45 a.m. We had to start to pump. I think we've kind of hit it, at least, well, so far we've hit a top. And this is a good thing. Now we got some accounts by Sam firing off. Wow, we might even keep going. I don't know what's going to happen. I myself am going to be honest with you. I sold when I saw some of this momentum was starting a while back. And I didn't get all of this. I kind of got maybe like I got about right here in the golden pocket here when it took off. I got in. Then I kind of held tight right here. Anyway, I sold at 18,850. And I bought like at, I don't know, like 17,900 or something like that, or 17,600. Not too bad. Because we got to make money. So the thing is, are we going to short now or what? I don't know. I sold just because I just think we've pushed a lot. And in looking at the 15-minute chart, if I look here, honestly, I would say these indicators say we could almost keep going, but we've pushed pretty hard. Let's look at a 45-minute chart. I love my 45-minute charts. It's still honestly looking positive. Seeing a slight, burn off on volume starting to go down. So let's say there's no reason, like right now, when you get pumped like this, when you extend like this, it's hard to know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, how do you really read this chart? We're going to have to kind of see it, find a top, retrace some to get an idea of what our range is looking like. I kind of thought we were going to have a range maybe like in here, like a 18,000 to 18,300. And I was kind of looking at that. Like before I early this morning, I was thinking, might we see a range something like this, like right in here, 18,000 to like 18,300 or 17,900 to like 18,200 or 300. That wouldn't surprise me if we got range bound sideways, but we've really pumped hard. So let's see what happens. We just, the one thing I can say is, be positive, allow something good to happen, because I don't think anybody knows exactly what's going to happen. And the people who do, honestly, who are saying like, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. I mean, like, you sound like Peter Schiff. Okay. Just gotta be honest with you. Stop it. We don't know what's going to happen. We were looking here where we had this, for a while. So this morning we did pump up, boom, and we hit this previous high like perfectly. And this previous high, which we've gone past, was Wednesday the 14th of December 2022. And so, bam, we've broken above that. And so that's kind of interesting, that's an interesting sign. And if we look at it here, this is a 4-hour chart. I know, not a huge amount of time that we're looking at, but you could almost kind of see an upwards trend here. What if that's the top? Boom. Hey, something good can happen. Okay, go with be creative. Maybe we're going to see an uptrend here. It's hard to tell. You never really know. So right now, Bitcoin's pumping. We'll see what happens. What would really excite me, to be very honest with you, is if we were to even if we do retrace from here, which is, it's fairly likely we're going to retrace some, or maybe not. You never know. Anybody who thinks that Bitcoin couldn't be $20,000 today, you just gotten started in all this, and it's okay. I'm telling you, it could. Nothing else, it could wick to it, and it could crank right past that. We just don't know. But what kind of excite me is if this happened. This previous high that we had, that we broken past, if we kind of kept going and then came back, found that as support, and then started moving up, woo! Now that, in my opinion, would be very, very bullish. So I'm kind of watching for that. That's kind of a little bit of an expectation I've got going on. And with that said, there you go. We'll just leave it at that. That's our short-term time frames there, looking at Bitcoin. And now one last thing here. Let's look at, boom, let's go here. Okay, everything disappeared on me. Let me see if I can get that back. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Yeah, I'll just do this again. Something that's very, very exciting that I really like seeing. Let me clean this up. Bam. Is this. Okay, if we do a fib sequence, let's go way back here to March of 2020. This fib sequence. This here is the big news of the week. Let me try to get this exact. Big news of the week so far, I think, honestly, is we are positive MACD on the 3-day, positive MACD on the daily, and we just got back above the 0.786 fib level. So we're kind of back in the game. This fib sequence that I've been using here is since March of 2020. When we visited our 3K, lows, then our high, like mega 65K. This fib sequence is really stuck. It's got a lot of sticky points. It does seem to work. We've been below the 786 fib for a while. That's been rather painful. We've challenged it a time. We kind of got below it, came back, challenged it, tried to challenge it, then challenged it, got above, went back down. Now we really have challenged it pretty powerfully. That's a beautiful sign. So really, if we can stay above that like 17,800 level, that's really, really hot. That's really, really wild. And also at the same time, if we can stay above this previous high that we had back here, that we kind of blew away. Where's that at actually? What's the price action on that? That is at oh gosh, that's like 18,000. So yeah, we're set. Like, let's just try to stay above this previous spike that we had here of like, where's my thing? Like 18,400, let's say. Looks like we might. So let's see what happens. We got to see. We'll give it some time, see what happens. But I'm very excited. This is a nice thing. Also, do note this. I mean, I'll be happy even seeing above this .786 fib level, which here is around 17,754 or 17,800 or so, like that. Around there. If we can stay above that, that's going to be awesome. But check this out. This is a big deal. This white moving average here on the daily. What is that? That's the 200 moving average. We're already above the 50. We crossed that 200. It is so game on. And that 200 moving average is only at around 19,500. Man, we could hit that. I mean, a whale could fart that by. Oh, wrong button, and bam, we'd be above that. And once we wick above that thing, once that thing, is not resistance, we bounce above it, that becomes support, and that daily MACD begins to, that daily 200 moving average begins to trend upwards. Oh man, that's it. That's going to be a beautiful time. Who gives a crap what the world's doing? Bitcoin's going to be ravishing. All right, enough about Bitcoin. You all know the drill. There's so many alts that are doing well. I just don't even want to look at them all. There's just honestly a bit too many. A lot of alts are doing really, really well. Okay. But one that I do like here, I know it's SHIB. I'm just going to point it out because a lot of people I know have SHIB. it's a beautiful uptrend going on about the 200 moving average. It's nice. You could kind of see a bit of a challenge you could make here at this point. The nice thing is it's pumping with Bitcoin, not dumping as Bitcoin pumps. I kind of like that. You can kind of do this. That's a bit, let's put it right there. I know I should include that, but I'm just going to say this looks more reasonable to me. Nice upwards channel. I like it. It's pretty much following Bitcoin's path. And this is wonderful. Basically on the last, since Friday, since Friday the 6th, a little while ago. If we look at Shiba Inu, it's right now sitting at in 6 days is up 16.16%. So that's really awesome. And this is kind of the story of a lot of alts. As a matter of fact, SHIB is not really performing that hot compared to what a lot are actually doing. I just wanted to make this too long, so I'm not going to go into all that. But there's just too many doing too well right now to even start to get into. Is there any point to looking at? Let's look at my cayenne list. Let's look at that. Anything particularly interesting? Ruin USDT. I mean, this thing's doing great. Look at that. Boom, beautiful upwards channel, moving great. Strong bounce of the 200 moving average, 45-minute chart, looking great. Gosh, these indicators, it might even just keep going. Bit extended, not a bad thing to kind of watch. If you could catch that retrace, which will probably come, gosh. Wasn't surprised. This guy might even find support on top of this channel and keep going. Ruin versus USDT. That's on Binance and KuCoin. Pond, doing friggin' awesome. Doing awesome. Ren. You know what? Here's a little insider secret. W's tend to equal win. Watch this thing continue. Good indicators. This is one to watch. Ren versus USDT. Kava, USDT. That's kind of a bull flag if you ask me. Watch this one. Luncy, everyone loves Luncy. It ran up hard a while ago. It's retraced some. So we kind of have a range here. Sorry about that. We kind of have a range here that we can mess with. One sec. Let's play that for just a second. Yeah, came out of the 618 pocket, made a bounce. 618 pocket again, and 200 moving average made a bounce, moving up. Has to get above that 382. Indicators in general are looking good. Gosh, Luncy versus USDT, not looking too bad. None of these are, recommendations and entertainment purposes only. I'm not quite ready at this moment to with the current volatility. My kind of trade I'm doing right now is waiting for some retraces. I already kind of got in and got out, waiting for the retrace, or maybe I'll short, but probably just wait for the retrace, to be honest with you. Anyway, could be a bull flag right here. I like that. Mana versus USDT. So many alts doing so darn well. This really has been great for the market, this recent pump. And there's so many, I'd be stuck here all day, and so would you. So here's the deal. This is some news, and I actually gleaned this from Jonathan Regan over at Blockchain Education. He was going over some of this stuff recently in a webinar. So I got to kind of, source it where it should be sourced. Here's the deal. Bitcoin, the case for is big money buying Bitcoin. MicroStrategy's Bitcoin's strategy sets tongues wagging in fingers, even as it doubles down on BTC purchases. So this is from January 8th. MicroStrategy bought more Bitcoin. I'm not telling you. I mean, you can think whatever you want, but I'm just saying that I think the big money knows quite often things that we don't, and sometimes it doesn't. Like that $2 million wreck that we saw back there, that short, they got blown out of the water. They had money, but they didn't know something. Well, I think Michael Saylor and this crew, I think they know something, things that we may not know, or maybe they're just, watching the charts. Bitcoin is up a couple percent last couple of days, and, it's given a lot back. So have we found bottom? I'm telling you what, I believe that MicroStrategy thinks that we have. That's the big money. I think they got insider info that we don't have. It's just bullish to me. That's why I think big money is getting back into it. Also right here, I've seen this mentioned a couple of places. Last place I heard it was over at, I've actually heard this over at Trade Genius. They've mentioned it in the crypto chat. Blockchain Education has mentioned it. People in those chats have mentioned it, but over here on the Bitcoinist, Bitcoin miners have stopped selling. They're hodling a bit. And that's a big deal too. In general, they got to cover their costs, and I'm a miner, but a very small time crypto miner. Pretty much if the chart's sideways and I have no confidence of it going up or if it's trending down whatsoever, I'm just selling it as I mine it, literally ding, 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 ding. But if I can hodl even for a day or a week and make more money, and I can avoid that because my operation is pretty small, then I'm doing it. And so for Bitcoin miners, you got to realize for them to hodl, they're oftentimes, burning credit, to actually do that hodl. So, I mean, it's a big deal. And if there's an uptick in their hodl, that's bullish. If you don't think so, life review, see a therapist. Just saying, I care about you and I don't want you to be negative the rest of your life. I love the smell of wrecked shorts. Smells like victory. Sorry if you got wrecked, but the world's a better place. Okay, so here's the deal. I like to do a little PSA, a little feel good. And Keanu Reeves, Neo, many people that I know have met him say he's a very personable, nice character. And, just because you're a celebrity and you're Neo doesn't mean that you're not a nice person. And so anyway, I thought I'd just read this real quick because it's kind of a feel good and we all need those these days. Once Keanu Reeves left a post on his Facebook page addressing all his followers and fans, the message spread online at great speed. The quote is from him, "Can you see the people behind me? Everybody running to work, not paying attention to anything. Sometimes we get so absorbed in our daily routine that we forget to pause for a moment to enjoy the beauty of life. We are turning into real-life zombies. Lift your eyes, look directly in front of you and remove your earphones. Say hello to someone passing by or hug someone who feels unwell. Lend a helping hand to someone. Live every day as if it were your last. Not many people know that I suffered from severe depression several years ago." This is Keanu. "I have never told anyone this. I had to find a way to get past her, and I realized the bitter truth. The person who did not let me be happy was myself." Big stuff. And if you think Bitcoin's going to zero, that's you. Get out of your own way. Live. Be positive. Every day we live is priceless. So let's live by it. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. So let's start living today. Really, please, everyday experience life if you can, whatever that experience is, whether it's like a frozen pizza from Trader Joe or trading the green or whatever it might be, just being aware of your presence, and meditating. But really, every day that you experience life, that you have the absolute experience of life, even for a moment, it's very, very sweet. It doesn't have to be some grand thing where you're jumping up and down like a game show. In fact, that's not really it. When you experience life every day, when that whole saying of "be still and know that I am God," have that for one moment in yourself or in your action, whatever it is, you win. Whatever happens tomorrow, F it, doesn't matter. You won today. That's the best any of us can do. And that's really winning at life. So anyway, BitcoinDailyView.com, got more for you there. Once again, welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. This might be a glorious weekend. Let's see what happens. Most likely volume will go down, let's see what happens. Anyway, with that said, I'll try to get on there every day and I'll try to take a little bit more time before I come on, and I'll try to maybe suggest some good setups as I see them. And anyway, guys, thank you for being a Bitcoin Truth Seeker. For every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, you make a piece of shit globalist cry. And that's a damn good reason to get up in the morning. Gets me up. And take care.